Hello friends, my name is still Ruslan. This is the channel YouTube Fuse. With me, next to me here, Sasha. Hi. Hi, I see the person Sasha for the first time and my spouse Olga, who is here sitting next to and assisting Sasha. What are you guys doing here? We're still in the business because we're building multifamily projects. I mean just, hey dude and dude in these publications, Publica Uga Super, how old are you and Sasha, but are you even here? 23 years old, that is. You arrived when you were 15 years old, you who brought your father here by force, 4 parts force, but liked it from the beginning. But how did you even get in, dude? How did you get in? You've been here since you were 15 years old, and what happens next? I'm going to study. Where to? First Abkhazian, then to work hard. Self-employed construction worker. And my father came to work for the company. I worked with him one summer on vacation, and then I dropped out of school and went to work full-time. First, as a laborer, then I opened my own company, worked for my own company, and then my partner and I bought the company back in the future. Very interesting, very fast, good. At what age did you decide not to study? In 2005, 21, 22. So you gave up studying and went to work. You said it first. That the question is so dire, and then already selected through C, because your dad worked for a dude in this company in the woods. Mechanic, well, so you started working when you decided you really liked it, and you decided to get a license. In 2009 came up, the deadline could do, get a license, 4 years passed, and after that I'm doing it. The question is, you said you started your own company. What was it called? Repairman. Remarque?
Mechanical.
And you had a partner too? I had one. You were alone? You were dealing with a dude in terms of whether it was a resident person or also a commercial. This was Bob Commercial Residential. You got your license and started a company, and how long you've been working, you get one. You hired 11 people, yes. 11 years you've been hiring people. At one point there were 8 people, okay? And you were alone all the time carrying everything. Did you then come to work for this company or what? I'm working at the same time. And the teacher who worked here in the mechanics forest worked in parallel. He didn't mind you working for your company at the same time? Weird, but good. So this company here is a forestry company. I just read on the website it was created in 1993. So that's the owner. Fauna Fowler, he melts and melts. He's flying, does that mean he's gone? After all, you guys work together, you and the mechanics together with Sergey. Sergey is now retired. It turns out that Jeff showed up right here, guys. There's Jeff right next to him. He's the one who doesn't talk. He doesn't understand shit in Russian, so we can talk, which we understand. I'm just kidding, so you ended up working with Sergey. Yeah, Jeff worked at that company as a manager too. Yeah, when Sergey said he was going to retire, we offered to buy him out. Surgery? The victims saw great promise. What Sergey had achieved up to some point in his life, what he dreamed of doing. Like, we keep going. What does it mean to dream Sergey Zelenin? Sergey started from scratch and made it to this scale. What's the scale? Scale? I don't want to mean numbers. No. Well, tell me about it, not in numbers. Say, for example, I don't know. From a small company in. Started by 1 or 2 people, some guys are still working. From the number of people now, that's how many people worked. When Sergey retired, 38 people. Recently retired? How many years ago? A year ago, even I was like, so it's just you and Jeff now? And you're working with how many people now? It's now 27. Okay, I mean, I took it with me to Sergey. 11 people, no, we cleaned it up. Okay, cool as active, right? The lady dragged the court as he could not make a visa for some reason of his own. Well, because it's probably been a long time coming for the guys, and that's why. Sergey, hi, no offense. The question is straight to the point. How much did the company sell you? Write in the comments. What's the price, by the way? You would give, because recently I had a video where I was offered to buy a company that deals and Dude Alien Rapper, we respectively, and evaluated, and they sent us the fuck away, and I'm so tax and fine. So there was a little bit of a strategy to sell the company. Did you discuss it yourself? They said no, they said, well, give us the prices, we priced it like that, that's how much it's worth. An anti-science company that evaluates. Yes, I agree. You have accordingly picked up some company for that 3 companies. Accordingly, they have evaluated, and there was company. From them, there was company. From us, there was neutral company. Very interesting. How much is the company worth? Write a comment. How long do you think you've been doing this, dude, since 2005? 18. Age is 18 and up. Not with 18.
Больше немножко. Больше? Сколько тебе лет? 38. 38.
We're the same age. That I'm an old, simple question like this, since you've been doing you, dude, for a long time, and I like to ask this question to all the old-timers who is engaged in California, in the United States, and the dude, how the company and the dude survived, for example, the crisis of 2008. What have we been doing? I was a worker, so as a company owner, okay, I would just, not carpenters, I was given a job. I would sit at home until 14:00, all the rest of the time worked. I mean, I didn't feel any problems in principle, not for myself at the time. What is your favorite thing about being a mechanic in this business? Most of all, yes, probably last those people when we finish a project, especially schools, some children's projects, when children come to the opening and are happy about their new schools and their desks. There's no getting away from it. This is this. So you're involved in the opening of this one? Schools are awesome. I mean, they all invite contractors. They're like that. Who wants some? Open Sasha did under the air conditioner. Well done. But they're not so much, they don't run what they did. Well, just the ceremony itself, yes, comes to lick the ribbon, here to repair the school, and teachers stand. Kids and parents are funny. You said there's a problem with hiring people. How do people get hired in the first place? You have all Americans working for you. What are the different mixes? Mixes. Latin Americans, Russians, Ukrainians, all from the Soviet Union. How do you find them? In different ways. Indians, Facebook ads, water mouse, each other bring guys. Naturally, everyone comes in and sells themselves on the good side. We give a probationary period. Half of the people leave this probationary period. Either they don't make it or they don't suit us. The strongest sometimes remain. A little more than 3 months, then they're on their own. Opening, closing. Yes, there is a constant rotation. We have a good backbone. I guess that's what's left now. When the backbone that we people, as people that we value. How many years have you been in business? And that is 2000. 10 years, I got my license. And now 10 years, I am the owner of the company. That is factual. Variant. Tails, I judge by myself in principle. We have the same problems in principle. Because dude companies, they are plus minus. Working, the same for a small one. Who is in charge of taking orders? How's it going? So we're just tour guides? It's going to be on the commercials for public relations. Speaking, we are either coming or we are looking for it. We've got arrows, a case of different Jane contactors. They're sending out their own plan to eat them. We make our plan mager, we divide our mistakes into 2 parts. If some unknown comes in, well, who's more free to take it? This could be a one-off. It may just big sent to nowhere, but we don't give up anything. And we have a meter that does us the preparatory work of counting counts, sending out requests. WU similar, we do together with about 20-30 kinds. 10, how much do you win? In the centers, it's probably 10 okay now, or even 5. What kind of orders are there anyway? It's like you said, public schools and hospitals. The private ones are the same, so terrible developers. Very much private. Available flights? You said cartoon or whatever, yeah. So you're building exactly the mechanics of some 4-story buildings. Something else. 8 stories, and we do the counting too. Was there ever one? For the price, it's the company's biggest order. Since you've been working? Probably 3.5. $1 million, okay. And how long did you make it in season? 1.5. But these were payments in installments, done there and then. There's just a programmer there, okay, everyone. A month, okay. We all work like this. We don't stretch over years, China, more or less. You didn't, never the president became anything. No. No? I mean, you've got a commercial and you're still going strong. Yuck, 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 yuck. Don't do that crap. You said that we only do if someone who knows someone asked for it when. Do you remember the toughest client I've ever had? I don't know. I understand that commercial and public is not the kind of clients who can screw you there, or there for her side was not such a thing. That is all in general, all just painty, all pay. Well, correctly. Everyone has their own problems. Some are functional, some are malfunctioning. We had company, Jack lost, and they, at one point, the project was in the process of being finalized on rising prices.
Какая большая, big name, они просто ушли в банкрот.
Oh, okay. The moment, but after 6 months, they added a portion of the same was.
Заказчик непосредственно стройки.
Then they hired someone else, but we went on through.
Время мы получили свои деньги, как бы мы не остались с ними.
Physically, the only thing that happened was a snag. Yes, if they're not happy about something, they're fixing something anyway. Here you go with their inspections with instructions. We have to give an inspection of the school. Depending on the project, there are city inspections, sometimes developers. He plays a social committee gate Ugu, which is the third person who comes to the project, and from his side watch, there is a guy chop who checks if there are any that are issued reports with our errors. We definitely leave them. And the question is, which one do you remember? He was the coolest client, but of all of them, he's almost ready to pay money in advance or something. Anything you can do. We don't work mainly with clients, but I understand contracts, but a contract is also a contract. We've all got our roles. I have Jeff's. They're all good in their own way. There is no such thing as one we like. We work with him more, or one we don't like, we don't work with him. Okay, because behind this contract, it is, if it is a big one, we do not work with the boss, not with someone we work with, some other manager or examinations, and they change on each project will come to the company, not only directly human. I remember that Olga told me that you and Jeff are 50-50. How can it even be when the company is 50-50? Who makes the decision? Well, so far we haven't had any problems, Tufu. It's just my understanding that when you have a partnership, as in your case, you have to have some understanding of who. We have a chance, they're killing us. We had contracts written when he was drafted. Who's in favor of what field? To answer, that is, you are incorporated, but you are 50-50 wool. Do you have any? There is a situation that may or may not have arisen yet when you have just such a question like this, but I want it like this, and you say, no, I want it like this. Our contract states that who's after who last? The word we hire a specialist to give you the answer, the situation, or up to a banal skate. What does your company name mean? Okay, as we repurchased it, it was left over from the previous owners. You know what this is. Was Sergei Allah, Lightman. Batman's surname was Aha Let's Allah, and Sergei A, well, it turns out flatten Allah Sergei. Allah Sergei A. Okay, Allah Wish, okay, let them leave it on purpose. Because everything, no. Yeah, on the vacation we'll be on, everybody knows everything. Sweet colony of Sergei, but Sergei also knows, but there was no point in changing exactly. Here's an interesting question. Do you think you had your own company? It probably still exists nominally. Remark was remark Mary Mechanics, in terms of how much money you would put into your company, how long it would take you to get to the level that the mechanics forest is at now, or it would be impossible to do. It was probably possible to do everything. Yes, it is a matter of time and desire. How long does it take? We realize that there are many different experts here, the first ones, except you'll be the Ministry of Communications.
Всегда должна быть финансовая часть. Большой кэшфлоу должен быть. Но от этого уходят многие года. Мы работаем без никаких банков.
No one.
У нас свой кэшфлоу.
No name, here, but this is the time. When you and Jeff bought the company, did you buy any cachet flow and any credit history specifically on the handling of the various contracts? But again, they bought the connection, you could say so, because there was nothing else to stop. And then, for example, when Sergey left, he was like, well, here says Sasha, here's the TV contacts, he acquainted. Of course, yes, he was familiar with the report. Look, this is Sasha and Jeff. They're giving me a memory now. Doing there you are. Only they've already found out. Okay, not that they are some naturally smaller ones. They don't all know us. They haven't all heard us. But the big names, they have seen us. I know, it's been suppressed. These guys service, as if all was notified that the service relationship, everything will remain in the same level or better. But you said you have some kind of partnership where you have everything spelled out, who does what? How long did it take you to make this partnership? It's horrible. How much should I transcribe each disc for each part? We worked for about a year. We found out that there was going to be a deal, that Sergey was going to leave for about a year. We were preparing. What do you do, for example? What do you do? How do you do it? Is it capital if he's doing everything? Yeah, what does Jeff do? He's the president just doing his part. Okay, interesting. Well, look at this. Hey dude, there are car tire shorts out there. Chance Black Company, I'm medical, Jeff's in charge. If, take it or leave it, if it doesn't work out with 3 people, then it's as if I'm relying on the partner's opinion that I'm done. If he likes it and has some good feelings, we take it. If not immediately, then I have to do a full interview. You can go on vacation for 2 weeks and leave Jeff. You're like, you come in, it's fine. He goes on vacation for 2. Same thing for 2 months. It's fine for 2 months. It's fine for, okay. That is, if you have a level of trust, why did you need to write State 6? This is a general video. Okay, so you said you have 27 people left now, of which all of them are basically, as I understand it, the key people, right? Are the guys who make up the backbone of the company and who are the driving force behind everything that happens in your company. And you have remote employees? No, you have all the guys who are sitting here in the office. They are basically involved in document management. Engaged against estimate management, not all offline you have. He's all right. Yeah, the office is nice. Do you have an organizational? There is a structure. Do you have it hanging anywhere? And so large that it hangs, everyone knows their position and what their responsibilities are. Okay, super, what's the biggest loss in all the years I've been with this company? Financially moral, but financial carries with it a moral. You can lose a person who, yes, there you can lose just the amount of money you make. Together, but I agree, well, moral? I don't even know. No such upheaval is good, huh? There were no financial ones either. That would be everything, detailed at least to 0. Guys, this is America, okay? Now you've listened to the man and realized what I can add, huh? I thought that the worst part is when. And you're working on some kind of Sasha, direct, some kind of contract? There was time to close. Some contracts have been incubated for 3 years. And, for example, you're walking and doing bits and bobs, and you don't win this contract, do you? His 3 years, for example, here he was sitting. And this must be it, the most unpleasant part. I'd say it's unpleasant when you do it one time when you've done it 15 times. Well, it's still unpleasant. This is already the basis of our business. So we have 10% there, from 5 to 10% winning rate. Of this, naturally want to increase. We work later than plan. I know for a fact that there is a lot of commercialism in all these troubles. This is how you said you came to know a lot. It is the connections that decide. Yeah, because if you don't know someone, we're like, we came to the beats, they look at you like you're an idiot. Like, here's all your fashions. Even 2 identical bits knows that. I didn't know where this one would go. The one who did cheaper and who gave cheaper, they say such, no, well, you have a joint. I'll have to rerun the bit. So can run the bit that's 10 times. Talking about how everything in America works according to the law. All projects, I disagree, which the project opens. Here is O2ZO. If anyone has not had time to create a big, still there is chosen strictly by price. Okay.
Super.
Cool project, yeah. Guys, I have asked all the questions that I had on the list. If you have any comments, questions to Sasha, either to or to his wonderful prompter, Olga, write in the comments, Sasha. Thank you very much for inviting. And we will now show some shots on the step, if you can. Here's a look at what the commercial and the dude contract mechanical. Why is mechanics called mechanics? Because historically, but okay, of course it's not the end. I didn't want to, well, you just do mechanic, 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 whispered Schmeigel, loving electrician. Their main one, love your trad. Okay, so you don't want to call an electrician, there is no one, there is no disco, their service discount. Let's just say I'm not very good at it. Okay, if you go, some partner, someone to take over the niche, it's okay to try, and you have a license, you're a Jeff licensee. It just started. Both of you are new licensees. Okay, we're both news. Breakdown rental business and chatting. Bondarenko is obsolete. Just senders to install. And plywood. Yes. Tolia to you. How are you doing? I say yes, and you? Badge meaning rookie expensive. Asia oi like, hurry like, husband that short. Oh, wow. Dude. Who was sanctioned by the Afghan, yes. Yes. All the guys almost want to wish the people behind the scenes. Hey everybody, do you need workers there or something? Call if you are looking for a job. Forest. BizU site is called Forest. Links in the description, guys. So beam another Russian language contract, you dude, in buyer. If anything, by the way, you take only all the documents. And to be handsome, intelligent, and experienced. I have a why. You can also take just helpers too. You can eat if the guys are smart. We are always ready to learn. And in the office is also Sasha. Request managers, recruit only we. In short, manager we are looking for. West with experience is kind, plain. The question is basically that he is a customer no one calls. Is it correct to call you directly? Who handles incoming calls and against the manager directly? No, we have an office manager who answers the phone. You pass on the information. Anyway, guys, here's some really traditional, what's it called, conventional dude United States company stuff. I've said all I want to say, don't switch.
Clear.